An aquatic environment consists of an ecosystem dependent or partially independent of some body of water. The two main types of aquatic ecosystems are marine ecosystems and freshwater ecosystems. An aquatic cryptid is a creature which lives in the water for most or all of its life. In this video, we take a look at 5 unexplained sea monsters that may exist. The creature designated Organism 46b was an aquatic beast allegedly captured by Russian scientific team near the research outpost Vostok Station. Organism 46b was an enormous 33-long, 14-tentacled squid-like creature which lived in Lake Vostok, a subglacial lake located under 2 miles of ice beneath Vostok Station in the Antarctic. The animal had limbs which were aggressive even after amputation. It could release a toxin into the water to immobilize its prey from a distance of up to 150 feet. It displayed an astonishing degree of shapeshifting, and showed a considerable degree of both hostility and intelligence. Vostok Station, established by the Soviets in 1957, was discovered to have been sighted atop a vast body of liquid water beneath the ice in 1974, which was subsequently named Lake Vostok after the station. After 30 years of ice core drilling, the research team finally breached through the ice on the 5th of February 2012. This, the only encounter, must have occurred sometime between then and the 30th of November 2016, although exact dates have so far proven impossible to track down. Dr. Podolka claims to have been part of the first scientific expedition to explore the lake. We encountered Organism 46b on our first day. It disabled our radio, which we later learned was intentional. Later, while diving in the lake, the group were attacked. The creature released its venom, which took a hold of one of them. 46b stalked the group, displaying its shapeshifting abilities. It shaped itself into the form of a human diver. By the time the closest scientists realized what it was, the creature grabbed him. Escaping the creature, a member of the team managed to chop off one of 46b's tentacles, although the severed limb attacked the group again. After finally trapping the creature in a tank, the surviving members of the team brought it to the surface, where they claim Russian officials seized it, and told the international press that nothing had been found. The Oklahoma Octopus is a mysterious creature generally said to inhabit 3 lakes in Oklahoma. It's been said that it attacks unsuspecting swimmers. According to legend and rumour, this freshwater creature measures the size of a horse and resembles an octopus, with long tentacles and leathery reddish-brown skin. Skeptics question how an octopus, an ocean creature, could survive in freshwater lakes, even though jellyfish and sharks have been known to live in fresh water. But it's easy to believe that such a creature would be a fearsome predator. The giant Pacific octopus, for example, has tentacles that each has the strength of a 200-pound man, and a powerful beak that it uses to take down prey. Although no physical evidence exists in the case of the Oklahoma octopus, many point to the high mortality rate and large number of unexplained drownings in the Oklahoma lakes as a clear sign of its presence. There have also been numerous reported sightings. Cryptozoologists have pointed out that species of jellyfish have been able to adapt from saltwater to freshwater conditions, and the same adaptation may have been possible for a giant cephalopod trapped in an inland lake when coastal waters receded. The Zartan is a gigantic sea turtle described in folklore and literature, whose shell looks like a sloped rocky mound several feet in diameter. Sailors mistakenly see its shell as a small tropical island, so they drop anchor and land. When night falls, the monster sinks beneath the waves, dragging down the ship and sealing their doom. The Zartan is also described as a giant whale or octopus. When the creature gets hungry, it opens its mouth wide and releases a sweet smell. Fish are attracted to the odour and swim in. When its mouth is full, it snaps its jaw shut, similar to an alligator snapping turtle. An explanation for this massive creature is sightings of prehistoric turtles, like the 4-metre-long, 5-metre-wide archelon from the late Cretaceous. With modern technology, it's easy to tell if some gigantic creature appears in the surface or not. That's why sightings of Nessie is doubted. But remember, less than 0.05% of the ocean is already mapped, so there is still a possibility that they evolved to deep seas. Going back when islands were being mapped, some sailors described large masses of land suddenly disappearing. Some have suggested that what those sailors were seeing weren't really islands but actually a creature. This could fit in with the Zartan. Lascaux is the name given to a sea monster reported from the Caribbean. It's been suggested by cryptozoologists that the Lascaux is a gigantic octopus, far larger than any known octopuses and giant squids. The legend also said that it was half shark and half octopus. Many reports of the creature are from the Blue Holes of Andros, an island in the Bahamas. The St. Augustine monster, which washed up in 1896 on the Florida coast, is considered one of the better candidates for a possible Lascaux specimen. Recent evidence suggests the St. Augustine monster, like many globsters, was a large mass of decomposing tissue from a sperm whale. Scientists dismissed the Lascaux as a large example of the giant squid. On January 18, 2011, the body of what appeared to be a giant octopus washed ashore on the Grand Bahama Island in the Bahamas. According to eyewitness reports, the remains seem to represent only a small portion of the head and mouth parts of the original creature. Based on their knowledge of octopus morphology, local fishermen estimated the total size of the creature when living to be some 20 to 30 feet. The Lascaux is said to grow between 75 and 200 foot long. However, there are no proven cases of other octopus species growing up to even half these lengths. To attack properly on the surface, the octopus would have to have one tentacle on the sea floor to balance itself. This would mean that such accounts, if real, would have taken place in relatively shallow water. Other descriptions also mention that it can change colour, a characteristic commonly found in smaller octopuses. The supposed habitat is rugged underwater terrain, large undersea caves, the edge of the continental shelf, or other areas where large crustaceans are found, which is supposedly what they feed on. Although the general identification of the Lascaux is with the colossal octopus, it's also been described as either a multi-headed monster, a dragon-like creature, or some kind of evil spirit. The Alkali Lake monster is a giant horned alligator-like beast that is reputed to lurk in the depths of Nebraska's famed Alkali Lake. The monster was claimed to be approximately 40 feet long with rough greyish-brown skin. Alkali Lake, now known as Walgreen Lake, is an 80 to 100 acre body of water located in the Sandhills area of northwestern Nebraska. The lake is also the reputed home to the Alkali Lake monster, which is described as a giant reptilian creature with rough skin and a horn-like appendage located between its eyes and nostrils. Reports of the creature started in August of 1921, and the first written account of the monster appeared in a 1922 printing of the Hayspring News. A second written report appeared in the 1923 printing of the World Herald. According to this report, a man named J. Johnson claimed that he and two friends saw the creature while camping on the shores of the lake. The three men reported that they saw the creature from a distance of 60 feet, and stated that it looked like an alligator, complete with a rhino horn. They claimed that when the creature noticed them, it began to violently thrash its tail, and disappeared beneath the churning surface. Some researchers of the lake monster have suggested evidence that the creature was nothing more than a hoax. They state that at the time stories of the creature first appeared, the Haysprings News employed a man by the name of John Mayer, who reportedly had a flair for tall tales and hoaxes. Mayer was a corresponding reporter for many newspapers at the time, some of which were ran by editors who were only interested in boosting circulation by printing sensational stories. As a contributing reporter for many newspapers, Mayer was only paid for stories that were printed, so it became necessary for these stories to sound as good as possible. Another noteworthy piece of information is that in 1889 and 1890, the lake area experienced a severe drought, causing water levels in the area to fall until little more than a puddle, causing some to question how a 40-foot monster would appear in the lake just 30 years later. While the lake continues to be a popular social and recreational gathering area to this day, sightings of the lake monster all but stopped in the 1920s, leading most researchers to suggest that if the creature really did exist, it has either passed away or moved on to another lake. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more countdown videos.